On the 22nd of June 2024. I will begin by reciting the Acknowledgement of Country. I acknowledge the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people as the traditional owners and original custodians of this land and pay my respects to their elders past and present and to the elders from other communities who may be listening this evening. This meeting is called to discuss specific business as opposed to the first meeting this evening that was part of the annual schedule of council meetings. Before we commence the meeting, I request that all mobile phones are turned off or switched to silent. The council meeting is being live streamed on the council website so you can watch proceedings of the meeting, council deliberations and voting. The meeting will also be recorded and made available on council's website as soon as practicable after the meeting. My name is Councillor Lisa Hollingsworth and I'm the Mayor of Boroondara City Council. I will start by introducing my fellow councillors. Seated to my left on the horseshoe table in this council chamber is Councillor Jim Park, Councillor Felicity Sinfield, our Deputy Mayor, Councillor Nick Stavrou, Councillor Wes Galt, and on the opposite side of the horseshoe table, Councillor Gary Thompson and Councillor Jane Addis. Good evening. Councillor Susan Biggar is attending the meeting tonight electronically and she can be seen and heard on the screen behind me. Good evening, Councillor Biggar. I also acknowledge in attendance this evening our Chief Executive Officer, Mr Philip Storer, seated on my right, and Coordinator of Governance, Ms Kirsten Ritchie on my left. There are other officers in attendance tonight and they will be introduced as required. Ms Ritchie, are there any apologies this evening?
Thank you, and through you, Mayor, there are 3 apologies for tonight's meeting: Councillor Gillies, Councillor Franco and Councillor Watson.
Thank you. Councillors and council officers, are there any conflicts of interest that you wish to foreshadow for matters on the agenda tonight?
Madam Mayor, I declare a conflict in relation to item 3 and will leave the chamber at that point.
Thank you, Mr Storer. This evening, item 2.1 is adoption of budget 2024-25. This item will be presented or introduced by Ms Sapphire Allen, Acting Chief Financial Officer, but before she proceeds with her report, I wish to read an introduction to the budget. I am pleased to present the 2024-25 financial year budget for adoption by Council this evening. The budget is guided by the Boroondara Community Plan, our key strategic document which outlines how we will deliver on our community priorities and allocate funds to public spaces and community assets. Thank you to the community members who reviewed the draft budget during the recent public viewing period from Wednesday the 22nd of May to Wednesday the 5th of June. All submissions received this year will be considered in the development of the 2025 to 26 budget period. I also thank community members who made submissions last year, ranging from heritage policies to climate action to other matters. Your feedback was very much considered, appreciated and helped assist with the drafting of this budget. Council is committed to deliver funding allocated in the budget that sustains multi-year projects to support community health and wellbeing, with renewed community buildings and vital services for everyone. Major projects included in this budget is the renewal of the Michael Tuck stand at Glenferrie Oval, with $29.5 million committed over 4 years. Progressing the Kew Library redevelopment, with $21.8 million allocated over 3 years. Protecting and expanding tree coverage on public and private land, with $2.98 million allocated to the tree canopy strategy. Upgrades to local lanes and streetscapes to support our local economy. This includes $440,000 for the Columbia Street laneway and the Glenferrie Road streetscape. We continue to deliver on the Climate Action Plan initiatives, which receives an additional $1 million. $10.5 million will go towards making our pavilions more accessible to everyone, including those at Willsmere Park, Greythorn Park, Frolhoko Reserve and Highfield Park. $3 million will be spent to improve sports grounds, including Watson Park and Victoria Park South Oval upgrades. Funding has also been allocated for additional planners to develop a new heritage strategy, delivering on our commitment to heritage policies. Funding for our key services include $37 million to maintain our infrastructure and assets, $75 million to continue providing vital community services like libraries, health and wellbeing services, and parks and gardens maintenance. In closing, we remain committed to sustaining and managing a sustainable budget and responsible financial management. This budget has been prepared in line with the Local Government Act 2020 and state government's rate cap. Even though the rate cap has been applied to this budget, it bears no relationship to the cost increases Council is experiencing undertaking community building works. The new financial year will also be renewing the Burundara Community Plan. Our community will be invited to have their say to ensure we continue to understand their priorities and can plan of how they will be funded. I am confident this budget will enable us to continue to deliver on essential services on our community's broader priorities while we work to create a sustainable and inclusive community. Thank you. I will now hand over to Ms Allen.
Thank you, and through you, Mayor. Good evening, councillors. This report recommends that Council adopt the budget for the 2024 to 2025 and declare the rates and charges for the 24-25 financial year. This budget is financially sound and reflects responsible decision-making and ensures the financial sustainability of Council now and for years to come. I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms Allen. Councillor Sinfield.
No question, but I'm happy to either move or second if you'd like to move it from the chair, the motion.
Thank you. Councillor Sinfield as Deputy Mayor, if you would like to move the motion, and I'm in search of a seconder. Councillor Addis.
Happy to second.
Is there anyone in opposition? I see no opposition. Councillor Sinfield, as the mover of the motion, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think it's been comprehensively covered, and I thank the team for the preparation of this budget and the community for their feedback.
Thank you. Now, Councillor Addis, as is unopposed, I assume you do not wish to speak?
No, I won't. I think it's been adequately said. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now put the motion. Those in favour? I declare that carried unanimously. Thank you. Thank you very much. We now move into the matter of confidential business, and our CEO will leave the room. I will now close the meeting to the public. Could I please have a motion to close the council meeting to the public in accordance with section 66(2)(a) and subsection 3(1) of the Local Government Act 2020 to discuss an item of a personal matter. This agenda item is confidential information for the purpose of the section of 3(1)(a) of the Local Government Act because it includes information that relates to personal information, being information of which, if released, could be or would be result in an unreasonable disclosure of information of a person or person's affairs. Do I have a mover? Councillor Stavrou.
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And seconder, Councillor Addis?
Yep.
Thank you. Is anyone opposed? I see no opposition. I will put the motion. Those in favour? I declare that carried. Thank you. Thank you, Susan Bigger. Right. To the members of community watching tonight's proceeding, welcome back to the live streaming of the council meeting. The council meeting is now coming to a close. The business during the course of this meeting has been concluded. I thank you for those that have joined us in the gallery and online this evening, and I now declare the council meeting closed at 8:50. Good evening, everyone. Thank you.